Alright guys, welcome to Dungeon Damsels!
Ooh.
Yeah! We're in part 2. We're in part 2 of our Thanksgiving special. And just a reminder, it's from Quest of Doom by Necromancer Games, and this specific one is called The Haunting of Namjam Forest, I believe. The Darkening of Namjam Forest.
Yeah,
So,
thank you, ma'am. I think we made that joke already.
yeah, I think we did.
You have a weather? Your family, eh?
So last time you as a group accepted a contract from Lady Thornsvein in the city, not city, but village of Greensbarrow. She told you that there was a strange plague coming from out of the forest, and you guys agreed to investigate. You investigated, you asked the farmers, investigated the crops, and then eventually went into the forest and encountered these strange shadow beings. You guys made it to the Dark Pond, the little town, and you found the little girl that had gone missing from Fir Tree Hollow, I believe. And you guys took her back, so you guys are back at Greensbarrow, and then took a long rest at the inn. So next morning has arrived. You guys are all refreshed, so where would you like to begin?
Alright, let's smack some dark shadow heads.
Crack my knuckles.
You're still waking up.
Brace it to the wall.
Oh,
Thank you.
I've been super awake because I'm an elf.
I'm meditating. The shadow spider, please.
That was a lot of damage.
There you go. Well, let's see here. So we're in the inn. We need to get back to where we were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we need to get back. Are we at Dark Pond right now?
you're at Greensboro.
Greensboro. We need to get back.
Trying to go back to
Dark-
Dark Pond, yeah.
Yeah, you
Dark
need to go
Pond
back
is
to
the town that's like all taken over.
Yes. Yes.
Very fascinating.
Hey!
Hey, she's purple again.
Yay!
Did your hair get longer? Or did it always
It's
look
just
like
down.
I just didn't tie it
that?
back.
It's not a point.
I- I'm
tied
pretty
it back,
sure-
so everything's in balance in the universe. I tied my hair back for once.
I'm pretty sure it got longer. That's how it works.
One fun call for call.
I mean, it would
Day by
technically
day.
be a little bit longer.
Day by day. Anyways.
Alright, adventure!
Okay.
Are we leaving Luna behind? You better not.
Ciara's knocking
Luna, do not sleep.
instantly on our door. You don't get up last, you're not going to be able to eat breakfast. You better get up now.
Bring me
Oh,
breakfast
man.
if you love me.
This must be like the worst for Luna. We have like all these elves that just only needs 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
We're waking up at like 5 in the morning.
Alright, guys,
Like already
let's
ready
go!
It's like your mom in like
Oh, God.
elementary school. It's like, wake up!
You've already been waiting for the bus. And it's like, how do you have this much energy?
You woke me up.
Luna pretends to be asleep.
Yeah.
I've tried that with my parents. It doesn't work.
Do I have to make a perception check?
I'm just pretending.
Sure, do you, what are you perceiving?
Deception?
Oh,
Oh, you
deception.
check?
Yeah, roll for deception. That'll be interesting.
12.
Ellie, what'd you get? I guess
I got a
insight, maybe?
insight.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm.
Or wisdom in general? 'Cause-
I got a 16. I walk up to the bed. I see a little lump of bed. Come on, Luna. I know your tricks. It's time to wake up. We gotta beat up shadow people. They're gonna be taking more people. There's no time to waste.
If I don't get enough sleep, I'm not going to be able to fight them off properly. And their efforts will be in vain.
Come on, it's already 5 in the morning.
You're crazy 5 in the morning.
She just makes this face. Okay, you guys gather. After Luna has been rested, you guys gather your things and head back towards the forest. So you guys see that there's a boat from we'll say that you guys just didn't. It was there before, but you guys just kind of overlooked it. And there's a trail, so the same one you took before. So you guys could either take the boat or take the trail. From just like DM to you, it wouldn't be hard to find the owner of the boat. You just have to be like, "Can we use this boat?" Or you guys could walk. Whatever you guys want to do. It's just different encounters happen walking versus boating.
Well, we walked before. I kind of want to try boating just for variance. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, we can go boating.
Okay, so you guys look at the boat and then just kind of generally shuffle around, and you see just this like name that was like carved onto like the rim of the boat edge.
Ooh, what does it say?
Let me look at the group.
What's the name of the boat?
It looks like it was carved by like some really bored kid. Oh, here we go. Let me get the villagers' names
Jeff
up.
was here.
Yeah. And then it's
Jim,
scratched
right?
out. It says Jeff is
Gary was
dumb.
here. Ash is a leader. It's that on the boat.
It's just one of those sick, like, S's that you see in high school.
Frank.
In, like,
Yeah.
every...
Oh yeah, they still do that. They still do it.
Grade. One of the students, his name began with the letter S, so he always signed his name with that fancy S, and then the rest of
Yeah,
his name
those
behind
little,
it.
like,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my gosh, 4th grade, it's happening here.
those little diamond
It's beautiful.
S's. And there's always the debate on how to do it right. And people are like, no, it's not supposed to be connected. No.
We'll say that Jacob. The name Jacob is carved into it.
Alright, the boat's name is Jacob.
This young teenager comes up behind you, and he's got like, do you guys want to describe him, or do you want me to just handle that?
Sure, I'll describe
Yeah, all right. Young teenage male, about 15.
He has long blonde hair.
Okay.
Like, really long, like hippie long.
Okay.
Like,
Is it like on either side of his face? Does he have it pulled back or anything?
he doesn't have it pulled back. It's very like unkempt.
Okay.
He has freckles.
Okay.
And he's like very kind of suntan kind of like skin, and yeah, it's kind of like a dirty blonde.
Looks like he spends a lot of time in the sun.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me just make a note real quick.
I turn to him and I go, "Hey, sunshine, is this your boat?"
And he's like, my name's Jacob. But yeah, it's
No, the boat is Jacob.
No, I mean, I put my name on the boat. So people would know it's my boat. Because they all look the same.
That's very confusing. What if
Did you
someone...
name the boat after yourself, or just is that like a name tag?
It's more like a name tag, honestly. Like, I did it when I was like... honestly, it's really my dad's boat. His name is David, if you really want to know. But he used to take me up fishing, and I'd get really bored, and I just carved my name into the boat. Do you need the boat?
If you can, we would need it to get down. We need to figure out what's going on with the forest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, please, use the boat. I mean, crazy stuff is going on. And he just, like, says, let me just grab a few things out of it, and then he takes, like, there's, like, a little tackle box in there, and he just kind of takes that out and says, okay, yeah, it's yours, just try to bring it back.
So before anyone steps onto the boat, Gabby's going to turn around and be like, who knows how to use a boat? Do we need to be proficient in, like, water vehicles, or...?
Well, you just paddle, right?
Ciara just basically says, no idea. And she takes one of the GP, one of the gold pieces out of her little coin purse and hands it to him.
He's just like...
She's like, oh, rental. Yes.
Yeah, he like pockets it.
Well, like, is there? I'm guessing there's like oars for the boat, right?
Yeah, there are oars for the boat.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab the oars and I'm like,
Yeah, I've seen people do it all the time. You just do this.
Well, and like Jacob kind of like says, well, I mean, it's easier if like one of you each takes one, and then you kind of row together in synchronization.
Okay.
You know, and
Facing the same way, facing the opposite way, facing each other.
okay, well, ideally you'll want someone at the front, and then you'll have the two people rowing facing towards the back of the boat, and then you have another person in the back, just so the boat's balanced. And the person at the front keeps an eye on the bow, in case, you know, you run into something, you know, want to avoid rocks, or, you know, keep an eye out on the reeds, that sort of thing.
I'll be lookout.
All right. I'm willing to be one of the motors, so to speak. All right. I can row in the oars. All right.
Okay.
Which means I have a Ciara in the back, making sure everything's working out.
Alright, works.
There you go.
You guys ready to take off?
Yep.
Alright, you guys shove off.
All right, let's set sail, Jacob.
Jacob's a nice
I'll return David Jacob later.
Jacob's just like, yeah, just try not to wreck her,
I'm not
Mado.
talking to you, Jacob. I'm talking to Jacob.
and I'm looking at the boat.
Well, I was talking to you.
Okay, we'll try not to hurt Jacob. David's gonna be really mad.
We'll make sure that the boat comes back in one piece. Thank you so much for letting us help.
Yeah, of course.
Thank
I mean, I don't want to go out there. So he helps you kind of just shove off, and then you guys are going down the river. Let's see if something happens.
Well,
I'm keeping a lookout. I have
time
my
we all
hands
work
like
a harness
this.
together. Oh yeah. I look once more
Just around the river bend,
beyond the shore.
somewhere past the sea. Don't know what for. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I'm rolling perception.
Coming for me. I feel that they're beyond those trees or right behind these waterfalls. Can I ignore the sound of distant drumming? For a handsome, sturdy husband who builds handsome, sturdy walls and never dreams that something might be coming. Just around. Sorry, that's one of my favorite Disney songs.
It's a good song. For my bases.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie, man. Like, if you watch Pocahontas with the idea that this is historical fiction in a different universe, you're like, wow, this is a great story when it comes to, like, racism.
Yeah.
When it comes to the actual story, you're like,
People too hung up on accuracy of a cartoon.
Man.
But that's for another podcast.
That's another podcast.
Okay, let me...
Yes.
Are you rolling your perceiving?
I am perceiving.
Okay, what'd you get?
Oh no, she's perceiving. Watch out.
I'm perceiving like crazy. I perceived a 19.
Okay, so from the dark, you're going down the river. Things are pretty quiet. Luna
Down the riverbed.
and Keyanthi are rowing, and then out of the shadows lurks
Oh.
another. You've seen one of these creatures before. They're like the shadows, but a little bulkier. It comes out, and there's this branch that overhangs the river, and from that shadow it leaps towards you. So you guys are gonna roll for initiative because we got a Shadow King
Are you rolling for initiative?
rowing.
No, we're rowing for initiative. Yes.
All right.
Rolling for initiative.
I scream at the top of my lungs, starboard bow, starboard bow! Like I know what ship terms are. Oh, wow.
Starboard bow, because the stairs look so pretty from the front of the boat.
What sort of bow is that?
I don't know. I just hear sailors screaming that all the time.
I assumed it was the front or the back.
Maybe you say the right or the left.
Okay.
Gesture.
I'm just testing different ways to roll this thing.
It was like but Ellie doesn't.
Okay, that's better. Alright, this will be his actual initiative.
I
Alright.
don't think they're on the I don't think they have
I rolled crazy fool. Now I actually have to think of what.
I have to roll a 3 plus 2 for my initiative, and then 5. And at the back of the wall. It makes sense.
Hey.
Alright.
I rolled a 22.
Okay,
I
Ellie.
got a natural 20.
Alright, Keyanthi, what'd you get?
I rolled a 15.
Not bad, not bad. Alright, Luna.
I got a 10.
Okay. And because of Ellie's perception of 19, he did not get a sneak attack on you guys because she caught you. She caught it. Alright, Ellie goes first.
Alright, so. Paint me a brain picture.
Brain picture. So you have,
Is
you guys are on this like small fishing vessel that's shaped, that's square shaped. It can float around, so it's around the boat while the boat is moving with you.
okay.
So you guys are
it's
on a
like-
moving vehicle.
Is it floating above the water?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's floating above the water, and right now it's on the starboard side.
Oh, that's cool.
Right side.
Yeah. All right, and it's coming towards us.
Uh-huh.
How close is it to us?
Okay, so the river is about 70 feet wide. So let me roll a different dice for that. I keep not getting... Alright, it's about 30 feet from you right now.
Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to do. As I see it floating there, I grab my staff and I start waving it over my head. And as I'm waving it over my head, this like long thorn-like whip just kind of comes up and is just kind of swirling above my head. And I'm gonna throw it at it, and I'm gonna try to pull it towards us.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's like when you're on the dance floor and you're doing something in the middle and you're trying to get someone else to you the fake lasso.
Yeah. That's basically it. I'm doing like a little lasso thing over my head. And I
It's murder time. Get
throw
over
my
here.
thorn
Get
whip.
over here. It's murder time, baby.
Wow. I mean, it was meant to be. I roll a natural 20 on my initiative and then a natural 1 on my attack.
Okay.
Oh.
Is the thorn whip technically grappling people?
Obviously, you didn't get the message.
No,
You tried to
I
do the
missed.
dance thing.
I have to
and
make
you said no.
I have to make a spell attack against it. But I rolled a natural 1, so I completely miss.
Okay, well, I'll give you this. Like, your thorn whip tries to, like, go... It actually, what happens is it tries to go around this creature, but it goes through it. And you gather from that it's immune to grapple.
Right.
Alright, so next up is Keyanthi. You see this shadow creature looming above the waters like some dark, ominous shadow.
How big is he again?
He's like a big man.
Like a football player?
Yeah, like a football player.
Good thing you got
Football player.
symbols.
Alright, football. Are you ready for some football? Let's do this. Okay, I'm going to punch him with magic because I'm really good at that.
Okay.
Magic punching too. Oh. Whoa. Okay. Wow. I got a 10
Uh-huh.
and a number over 20.
Okay, so the 20 hits. First
Okay.
one, like, you send out a sunbolt, but then the boat, like, rocks, and so you're oof. And the second one, you adjust with the motion of the boat and then do a quick jab, and it sends another bolt of light through, landing, making contact this time. Roll for damage.
That was 6.
6 damage.
Yes. And then the next one, I got my extra one. Was 3.
Okay.
And then I got a nat 20 on my third one.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Get that crit.
Yeah. And the roll is a 3
Okay.
plus 5. So is it like 6 plus 5?
Yes.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
Cool. 6 plus 5 is 11. I can count that high.
Yeah, Okay, minus 11. So, Keyanthi, you put the oar down, and then you actually like stand up on the boat, and then you do this like front flip in the air and send another sunbolt towards it. It's so amazed by your acrobatics that it just stands there and then takes the hit. Whoa. Oh. Okay, so next up is the Shadow's turn. Let's see. Okay, alright, yeah, so what he's gonna do is he kind of this is flavor. He just kind of like turns into like this puddle of blackness and then slides across the surface of the water and then emerges, and who's he gonna hit? Let's see who he gets. Okay, so Ellie, you're at the front of the ship, and he emerges right at the front of the ship. And he's gonna claw you with his claw.
No.
I'm gonna claw
Not the
you.
claw.
So he.
Oh.
I don't like this one.
He's not saving us.
Does
How to turn
a
it circle.
15 hit you?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
So he makes to swipe.
Yeah, I block it with my like staff. I'm like, ah!
Yeah. Alright, so next up is Luna.
Okay.
Holding it with my staff. I'm like, ah!
Alright, so first I'm going to just cast Toll the Dead on him.
Okay.
Oh.
Just give you a wisdom save.
Okay. That's just a 10.
He takes 20 necrotic damage.
Nice.
Whoa, 20.
Yeah. Make it rain pain.
Oh, okay. So like, how does your Toll the Dead look?
Um,
Oh, that's right. You're a paladin here.
yeah.
It's like I didn't think druids could do that.
Trying not to give spoilers. Like.
Okay. You just generally describe it. Do you want me to handle it?
Sure.
Okay. So you pull out your trusty rapier, and then you bring it up above your head, and then it begins to glow with this holy light, and then you kind of you are also standing in the boat. So you guys just have really great dexterity right now, and then you slash at the air, and it sends out this just like holy wave of energy at it, and it just slaps it in the face, and it takes this huge impact. Like it actually, like you can see with this radiant energy that the shadow form is starting to like dissipate, sort of like watching water evaporate, and it's just barely hanging in there. All right, Ciara.
I'm going to cast Sword Burst as a cantrip.
Ooh.
Okay.
That sounds cool.
Yes. So basically it's creating a momentary circle of spectral blades that will sweep around me. I will not have it be sweeping my compatriots, though I'm trying to widen the circle so that it can only affect the thing that we're trying to keep out of the boat.
Okay, so you're just making the circle wider and then hitting outside the boat. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit this thing, and that is a.
It's a dex save.
Yeah, they have to make a dex save.
Okay, I'm rolling super great for it. That's a 13.
13?
Yeah.
And is that against my dex or their dex?
It's against your spell save.
Oh, spell save is 14.
Okay, so it failed.
Okay. And so they take 1d6 damage?
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's 2d6. It's 2.
Okay.
Dos.
Because
Oh, yeah.
we're level
Okay.
5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2d6. And that is a 5 and a 2, so that is 7.
Okay. How do you want to
And-
kill this?
Thanks.
So as Ciara casts it, she knows one death grip on on the lip of the boat, and
Yeah.
she casts with her with one hand, and the stone inlaid in the chest of her armor glows along with one
The gauntlets.
she's casting from.
Yeah, okay.
It seems that takes up all the light, it concentrates, and then it turns into spectral swords that then do a sweeping curve to attack our assailants. And she seems perturbed to try standing, so for her she's just like holding onto the boat. She doesn't have the greatest confidence in her sea legs.
Aw.
Yay!
I don't think she's had she's had encounters with both before, so she's like, haha, got it.
Alright, yeah. So with this final blade sweep, it cuts through this shadow creature, and you hear just this like, and it just sort of evaporates into the air, and then you guys are back on the water. You take a little bit of a breather. Let's see.
Good job, team.
Good
Yeah.
job, guys.
So what's that noise it made at the end?
I think that was
That's
it
natural?
dying.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I expected.
Then, alright, so you guys, as you guys are, trying to, as you guys settle back down, the river starts to pick up speed, and then you guys are going, or it looks like you're gonna head right for some rocks.
Oh no.
What do you guys do?
Rock, starboard bow!
Which direction is that?
The starboard front!
Oh gosh. Okay. Do we go left or right? How do we move it? Can we slow the boat down at all?
Yeah, you guys can try to do that and make some, like, strength checks to fight the current.
Like the current. Oof.
So the two rowers need to make strength checks. Does anyone else want to try to do anything to get around the rocks? They're like,
I got a 16.
okay,
Hey, that's not bad.
I rolled 11, so I got 11 total.
okay. Let's see.
Are there any low-hanging branches nearby?
Make a perception check. We got paid. And then, what did you get, Keyanthi? You got a 16.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Did I do good?
I got an 8. It looks like there's only clouds. Dark clouds.
Yeah, it's very dark here. As I mentioned in the previous episode, this darkness is it's thick. It's almost malleable. You can almost touch it. So you guys are slowing. You row more fiercely against these rocks, and you are slowing down, but you're still gonna run into these rocks. So, do you guys want to try to go around the rocks? There's
Yeah.
Can I,
Around, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking. Is it right or left?
can I try a weird thing?
yeah, I love weird things.
Do with things.
So I want to try, like, if it's possible. I don't know if you would allow this, but I want to try to use Thorn Whip to try to pull us in away from the rocks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would say you can do that. You'll have to make a strength check to fight the current and the weight of the boat. Ciara can help.
Can I use my wisdom at all?
Or no?
Sorry, what were you saying?
Can I use my wisdom at all because it's a spell? Or just I could just use my strength. That's perfectly fine.
It's just a spell attack bonus.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how you could do wisdom in this situation.
I was just saying because it's a spell that I'm
You can
casting.
use the whip thing to throw me onto some shore, and I can like pull it. No.
Well, it's not. I mean, I'm assuming you can hit just a tree, so I'm not making a roll for it. But but I'm making you do this strength roll to like physically pull them away from the rocks.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I take my staff. I'm like, well, maybe I can hit something that's not moving. And then I do that, and then I'm like, woo! And I'm trying to pull us. Oh, wow. I'm super strong.
What'd you get?
I got an 18.
Oh, okay.
The love of your friend.
Yeah, it's like you find a nice thick tree with a big trunk, and you take out your thorn whip, curls around that, and then you pull, and you kind of see like this moment where like there's this little bit of like a dip in the river, and then you like. You use that moment to yank forward as you're free from the water's surface in just that split second, and then behind you, you can feel your friends also pulling on this thorn whip, and you guys manage to get around the rocks, safely getting Jacob out of the way.
Ow, ow, ow.
We chose Jacob the boat.
Oh, Jacob the boat.
Jacob the boat.
Jacob.
Most important NPC.
Yeah.
Not Jacob, Jacob.
Jacob the boat. Okay, so you guys, after that adventure, you come to a familiar point where you can see the bridge that you crossed before ahead of you. And you guys would remember that there are... who made the perception check? I don't remember. Someone made a perception check at that area. And they...
You don't remember? This is the bridge that we crossed, and I turned into a rat, and I was jumping on the boards and making sure they were nice and safe for us.
Anyway, you would generally know that there's some type of animal down here in this area.
Gross.
Some sort of animal.
Yes, that lives in the water. And that's why you guys didn't want to go in the water before, because there's this, like, mysterious animal swimming around. So now you're coming up to this area with the boat.
Fun. I mean, it's a big river. You probably went exploring somewhere else, right?
I mean, maybe
Fingers and
it's...
your noses within the perimeter of the boat rim.
Can I make a perception check for the fish?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a dirty 20.
Hey.
Ooh, okay, yeah. So that's a success.
See.
So...
I'm not smart, but I see with my eyes.
You're going... So this current taking you northward. You are keeping a keen eye on the scene, and then you ask Allie to just take over the rowing for a second while you take a look around, and up ahead you see there are these two really big like shadows in the water, and by shadow like they're some type of fish, judging by the shape, and yeah, shadowfish. They're swimming on the eastern side of the river, and you guys need to dock or beach on the western side. So you think that maybe with some type of distraction, you guys could easily slip by.
I have prestidigitation. I can make a sparkle over there if that helps.
Yeah, sure. Do I guess that.
Do a sparkle check.
I guess that would be.
Can I check for sparkles?
Are you doing your
trying to-
prestidigitation or?
Just kind of wondering what type of roll that would be. I'm guessing, we'll have it be. Intelligence is your spell modifier, right?
Wisdom is the next.
Yeah, but this is her racial,
Oh yeah.
so I think it's intellect. So do an intellect check to make a interesting enough sparkle for them, and I'll have them do.
All right, let's see.
I'll have them do like a charisma check, I guess.
Sure.
I'd rather
why not?
have a
You're the
charisma
DM.
check.
Chris.
But either way, I didn't roll well. I rolled a 5, and my intelligence is -1. So it's like a little poof that no one even notices. I'm a little embarrassed actually.
It's just like this tiny little sparkle, and like it unfortunately lands on like the little bit of sunlight that's actually peeking through. So it just looks like a little more sunlight in that area, and
Ironically, the river is also sparkling.
the fish swimming around don't seem to take notice. You guys are inching closer. Gotta think of something else.
Can I throw a rock at it?
Yeah, throw a rock, make strength. What are you trying to do with the rock? Are you just trying to throw it far away from you guys, or are you trying to throw it at them?
Trying to throw it at the right spots up, like they'd be curious to look at that spot instead of focusing on us.
Okay, make a dexterity check.
Okay.
So you're aiming for a specific place.
And I'm gonna do something as soon as the water splashes.
Oh, 23.
Okay, yeah, you
Better than me.
we'll say that you find are you okay if it's like a branch?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you just find a little bit of driftwood and then chuck it over there. It lands pretty dead on onto that spot.
And as soon as Luna throws the branch and it splashes, I point my staff out and I'm gonna cast a little bit of druidcraft and just make bear sounds, and it just goes. So I don't know, maybe it sounds like a bear that's trying to
check.
A bear that's trying to fish, try to scare away this thingy maybe. Intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 16. I'm very intimidating with my 4'11" elf.
Okay, they've rolled bad enough, so they did notice the sploosh, and they swim over there, and they start kind of as fish do with their mouths, they kind of nom on things. And then this growling comes out of it, and they're just like, whoa, you see them shudder and then sort of swim away really quickly. So you guys see them sort of go into the reeds nearby, and it seems like you successfully did manage to scare them off. So now you guys are able to beach on the west side of the bank, and we'll say that you guys are just easily enough pull up the boat onto the shore and then leave the oars inside. And now you guys are basically on the outskirts of Dark Pond. Now, if you were...
Stop back in one piece.
Woo!
Woo.
Now, if you guys remember, it was, I think I named her, it was Julia.
Julia.
Julia had her daughter, you returned Jill to Julia.
No, it was Kate.
It was Katie. Mom was Katie.
Katie? Okay.
Daughter was Jill.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Julia was the
daughter.
lady who was sweeping. All right. So, Katie asked you to look for her brother, Jack. And he lives, she told you if you went from Dark Pond and took the road to the west, that you guys could pass by his cabins, and so just to keep an eye out for his cabin along that road. And then you also remembered that when there's another villager who went up further north along the river. And I forgot what I named that lady. Harmony. So, sorry, I gotta go pee real quick.
Okay,
I drank so much water.
So hydrated.
So hydrated.
So hydrated, man.
Okay, so what do you guys decide to do?
Oh, well, we're back now. Okay,
Are we back?
well, we've gone ahead and we moored, right? We're
Yes.
back into town?
Yes.
I think we should look around the area here, because that's where we stopped before.
Okay.
Do you guys agree?
Sure.
Didn't
Might
we
as well
already
just
search?
cover all our bases.
Didn't we
Yeah.
search Dark Pond?
We searched the town, yeah, and then we saw Jill run out of the woods being chased by shadows.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Do you want to search the town more?
I don't think there's anything else we'll find.
Okay.
We looked at pretty succinctly, and if you might recall, where I was able to, Keyanthi talking really proudly because she was able to do something useful. I went to go and investigate with the shadows as I used my radiant powers. It seemed to form again, so maybe you guys are usually more magically inclined than I am, so that could be a clue somehow?
Yeah, I mean, if we can get more sunlight.
It does kind of seem like they want to drown out a lot of light, though. It's like, I think we just need to get rid of them somehow, and then, like, we can stop them from stopping the sunlight.
When we find
Yeah,
the
that's true.
epicenter of where the break is, we can potentially rid this place of the darkness leaking out.
Yeah. Catch
Just
it
have
up.
to sever the connection between this and the realm of shadows.
Catch it up with the fabric of the universe.
Stitch it shut.
Yeah.
Well, Katie did want us to check in on his brother. And I think it's just past the town. Might give us more clues on how to take care of these shadow monsters.
Okay, then we can follow that path.
Okay. So you guys head towards the. You guys walk over this dismal shell of what was once a nice hamlet and go to the western edge of the road and start heading down it. Okay, let me double check something real quick. You head west down the road, encountering more dark forest. It's dark and bleak, and then we'll have you guys make perception checks. See if you notice the hut.
All right.
How did you perceive? Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, natural 17.
Do you mind if I, like, at this point, is it alright if Ciara summons a familiar? Her familiar?
Yeah, I'm fine if she wants.
She has a lower perception than her familiar owl, so at this point she's like, alright. So it's cool to get some reconnaissance on anything, so just in a... So, yeah?
Yeah, roll, yeah.
Yes.
Summon it.
So she does, like, well, everyone sort of checks around. She does this thing as they're leaving the little hamlet, and she waves her hand, and there's this, like, little circle of light that when she passes her hand in a circle, it just seems to create this little ring that then forms into the shape of an owl. And at first it is light and orange like the stones, and then it gets darker and darker until it matches the somewhat purplish, like it's more of like a deep violet color and like blackish violet color than her, but it's just this quiet little thing, and it's just like, ooh. But its eyes are the same color as the stone in her armor, so they're bright, the orange, just among this
That's
violet
cool.
and black, so it's like, ooh.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So my owl will make a perception check for me.
Yeah.
As an aside, did you guys see my cat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Your
I love
cat
that.
just kind of bopped you.
He was in my ears. He's like, yeah. I knew he was there. I didn't expect him to actually go for my face. It usually doesn't happen. That was special.
You're doing that thing where you ignore me.
Anyway, usually my cat does nothing with me, so usually I'm just like, oh. Anyway, my
Oh,
perception was bad. I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 17.
16 plus 3 for my
I
owl.
found the darkness.
Ooh. Owl friend. Yeah. It's pretty dang
Okay,
dark.
so,
That's all I'm good at.
Sorry, my brain turned off. We got a 19 from Serena's owl. We got, what did Keyanthi get?
6.
Okay. And then a
I'm glad you're
6.
better at math than me, because I was about to say 17, then I thought I'm like, oh no, 16 plus 3 is 19. I'm like, aha! Math was not my...
Ellie, what'd you get?
I got a 10.
10. And Luna, what'd you get?
17.
17. Okay. So, okay, so we'll say that's... You guys are walking, and, it's kind of like there's like an odd stillness here, and on the wind you can smell what smells like wood burning, and it smells like a lot was burning. but it has... I don't know if you can tell that. So, yeah, it smells like wood burning. But you're looking around and it's dark. So you're not quite sure why it smells like that.
I can't see anything.
And, you guys...
Can my owl from its vantage point determine from the darkness where there might be smoke or embers of any variety? It does have dark vision.
Okay, yeah. Make another perception check.
Okay. So it's 10 plus 3.
It's a 13. It's looking around. Doesn't seem to... It flies around. It's not really seeming to be able to pinpoint where the smoke is coming from because it's been carried by the wind and it's dissipated. So you can sense that like the fire is still pretty far and you're just catching the tail end of the scent. So you guys continue to walk down the road.
Okay.
And we'll say you guys off in the distance, you collectively see this little glint of silver in the distance about like 30 feet ahead of you. What do you guys do?
I hold
It's
my...
the only thing I can see, so I'm going toward it.
Wait, it might be dangerous!
And I, like, follow behind, Keyanthi.
Okay,
Well,
so
if it's making light, it can't be any of the shadow stuff at least, right? I just want to look at something I can see.
as you approach, you the path ahead shows a glint of steel catching one of the sun rays that has trickled through the canopy above. As you approach, you see armor scattered on the ground, chainmail and steel plate sets, along with tabards bearing the symbol of an axe, a plowing hoe, encircled by thorns, are piled on the ground in peculiar ways, almost like the bodies that wore them evaporated into thin air. You glance around and see that whoever these men were, they split. Some stayed here on the path, and some went into the brush. As you can see, there's a clear path where, like, there's snapping of the shrubbery and, like, footprints.
No, that's supposed to be. Yeah, we're supposed to be looking for, you know,
Just
the Duchess. Was she a Duchess or she a Countess?
She's a baroness.
She's a Baroness. The Baroness's son and his men, right? Could this be it?
This could be the men.
It used to be.
I'm just gonna get really close to the ground. I'm gonna look at all the remains, and I want to make a survival check and see if I could find any tracks of people fleeing.
Sure.
You reach down and you lick the dirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna lick the dirt. I'm gonna like go super close to it, like Indian style, like looking at it.
Listening to the dirt, the sounds of the earth.
throw a knife in the ground, listen to the vibrations.
Yeah.
Does anyone have like a light expending ability or expendable light ability to like see if anything changes with these bodies?
I can help you.
Flavor out of my right hand.
Yeah, I got fairy fire and dancing lights.
I crack my staff and do dancing lights, and you see my spirit friends. Little Zelda-esque light balls.
Four little...
Their little wings.
Yep.
Hey! Listen. Alright. Not now, Sibo!
So wait, pay attention instead of pay listen.
I rolled an 18 on my survival.
Okay, so you're trying to see if there are tracks to see like where they went?
Yeah.
Alright, so you're looking at the track, pad the ground, and you see that what happened here was they were ambushed by something, and whatever it was didn't have feet. They scrambled, some of them scrambled around here on the pathway, and then some tried to split and like run up the road, but you find just their clothing and chainmail there. And then some of them split and some tried to fight him off, and whatever it was, they wound up disappearing in the middle of the road, and then some went into the thicket, and so you follow their footsteps, and it goes about like 15 feet into the forest, and then it just stops, and you find another set of chainmail.
Hi, this is Tiffany, your DM. Thank you for watching Dungeon Damsels. This is not the end of the session, so please stay tuned for the next part. We update on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're interested in supporting us more, please push the subscribe button, like, or comment. We also have a Patreon, wink wink nudge nudge, and our show is in podcast form. You can find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Podbean, Spotify, and plenty of other podcast platforms. Thanks, we hope to hear from you soon.